Shakeach, the Ma'arganim, and the MC, Rabbi Lipsker, and everyone. L'chaim, l'chaim. Obviously, we are shluchim, and as shluchim, it's not up to us to decide what the shlichus is and what we are comfortable or not comfortable. As the delivery people, the one who carries the FedEx and delivers it has no choice of what's in the envelope. So the Rebbe engaged us with shlichus, didn't tell us all the details and what we're going to be faced with, but do what you need to do. Baruch Hashem shezochinu. Since the pandemic over 2 years ago, many shluchim have developed new systems and new ways of reaching out to greater heights. Amongst them, Ani HaKatan of sending out a weekly message through social media. And obviously, when it came to this Chof Ches Nissen, Thursday night and Friday, when the message needs to go out, the message is tut als was ihr kennt. At the same time comes Shabbos in the Chabad house, and shiurim around this day, obviously, the message is tut als was ihr kennt. Last night at the Shabbos meal, a Baal Tshuva of ours in Calgary, who is today in a university and finished university, came back for a month before he's going to Eretz Yisrael for the summer. Tells me, I look forward to your sermon. So I told him, what is the sermon going to be about? Tells me Parshas Achrei and how it's connected to Nisan, to Pesach. Told him, okay. This morning when we started the sharing a few words, I don't call it a sermon, but a Fabrengen, before Mishas Nisim, before Birchas HaChedesh, I turned to him and I said, so you told me what not to speak about. So I'm going to speak about something else. I'm going to speak what the Rebbe spoke about 31 years ago. And along the lines of what was shared this morning was an ekude that the Rebbe is bringing out, which seems on the surface in the Muged Kesicha of Chof Ches Nissen, Nun Aleph, a dogesh, an emphasis on the concept of plois, of niflois. And as we just heard the Sikha that it's Dire Tzadikim Chaim V'Kayomim Lo'ad, that it's today. So today it's plois. Niflois, plois. The Rebbe is saying in the Sikha there, from the beginning, the Rebbe is starting about that we're in Shnas Niflois Arenu, with the dogish, with the emphasis on it. And then the Rebbe goes on without the Mare Mokim, explaining, saying that Niflois is greater than Nisim, even greater than a Nes of Bein Ein Bala Nes Makir Ben Nisei, which is a greater Nes than an ordinary Nes. And Plois is even greater than that, without a Hezbel, without being Marich in that. When we learned the Sikha a few days ago with My Shiva Bochim who are still here for Pesach. We discussed it, and Lichure, the difference between Niflois and Nisim, and why is Niflois greater than Nisim, is because a Nes is breaking Teva, is breaking nature. Mashein Kein, Niflois, wonders, is in Derech HaTeva. It's a wonderful experience. And obviously, Plois and Epeli is more than wonderful, but still, Apele di Kezach, but Bederech HaTeva, nehmt durch Teva. L'chaim cup cannot be empty. We need to have a little bit of l'chaim. So the Rebbe goes on in the Sikha, continuing, and then mitamol, the Rebbe goes on about what happened. Also mod getan, mod noch nicht ausgeführt. Getan alles was ich kenn. Jetzt tut ihr alles was ihr kennt. And towards the end of the Sikha, the last ha'orah, that is not just a Mare Mokem, but in ha'orah 54 in the Mugedike Sikha, the Rebbe is saying, Lehoyer shehaposuk imei tzeischo me'eretz Mitzrayim, ar'enu niflois, hu tshuvas HaKadosh Baruch Hu litfilas hanovi ala Geulah. That the kimei tzeischo me'eretz Mitzrayim ar'enu niflois, that is going to happen when during his galus, and the Geulah is the tshuva of the Rebbe and the tfilas hanovi ala Geulah. And what is being said there? Kimei tzeischo me'eretz Mitzrayim ar'enu niflois. It's a dogesh shlichure that the Rebbe is telling us, we need to ask for the Geulah. Amidaf mon and the Geulah. And on this v'zayin the niflois, which is in your teva, in your limited capacities. So kvar doshru bo rabim, and obviously elu v'elu divrei elikim chaim. In what did the Rebbe tell us? The Rebbe can't and we can. The Rebbe gave up. The Rebbe raised his hands, chas v'sholem, Rachmana litzlan. Is it shaykh to bichlal think of such a have amine? Ich hab getan alles was ich kann. Ich weiß nicht was noch zu tun. Now you do it. Who are we? Throwing the ping pong, throwing it to us. You handle it. What is taking place here? What is the Rebbe doing here? And how are we supposed to walk away from this Sikha, and on yearly basis, not only then, which I remember the Sikha, how could we walk away being enthusiastic in the Rebbe git keches? Keches? Ich kenn nicht, you do it. Ich gebe es lieber zu euch. So as I just said, kvar doshru bo rabim. And there is many ways of looking at it. If I may, first I'll share what was shared this morning at the Chabad house here in Calgary. And then I'll share a personal story. This week, one of the people who comes regularly at Chabad to Chabad house in Yonim and other things, very involved mishpacha, has a son who lives a 10-minute bike ride from 770. a son that we grew up by us. We did the bar mitzvah, on and on. And unfortunately, today the son is not involved. Ebenuf. Yudalef Nissen, 120 Jahr, 120 mitzvah tanks. He was in Manhattan, and we got a picture of him putting on film with one of the mitzvah tanks. I heard from another person from Calgary who happened to be there and also put on film by those mitzvah tanks. And that was, wow. This was a little is'erus to the father who asked one of the shluchim in Calgary, was in New York for Pesach, Rabbi Mordechai Groner, to reach out to him. And I turned to the father this morning and I said, I don't believe that you actually believe that he will reply, that he will respond, that he will actually come, that he will actually participate. Rabbi Groner called him, and the end result is this Monday, last Monday, he came to 770, put on film, took a picture in front of 770 with the other Calgary shluchim who were there, are there, and then went close by to the Rebbe's room and davened from the depth of his heart. Rabbi Groner says it was obvious that he's shefeches libe, pouring his heart out. I shared and I told the crowd this morning at Chabad, the way you didn't believe in your wildest dreams that your son will respond and will actually come to 770 after many years, but you nonetheless, you didn't give up, but you went on making the call, reaching out to a shliach, reach out to my son, making the call, eventually broke through. Thus it was the Rebbe mindfulness. Do it. Gleibt mehr, gleibt winziger, mir hat Emune, mir hat nicht keine Emune, katz die Bechaya, mir weiß nicht, was kommt vor, we're Geulah mentality, whatever the case is, more or less, Anan, Pole, die Momo Anan, mir dafen tun, was der Rebbe hieß uns tun. We have to reach out, we have to do, we have to ourselves, we have to talk the language, the Rebbe's language, and we have to share the Rebbe's language with everyone else. Mideshono beshono. And not only during this time, but when the words of the Sikha come to mind, geht es mir a Tresel. Wie hier an der Tresel soll sich tresseln and should last for more than just the Tresel, for just than this man of the Iserus. Why? Because the words, tut als was ihr kennt, about kennen, do everything you can, do everything that is in your ability, is something that I struggled with since my teenage, since a bocher in yeshiva. And I wrote to the Rebbe about it. And some might have heard it before. We shared this story before. I wrote once to the Rebbe, and derech hagav, this is, how could we think for a second that all that was done over the 31 years und the 120 Tanken mit der Nervesum schon von Rebbe was Baruch Hashem lebt. Lubavitch lebt, the Rebbe lebt. I mean, obviously, it's ongoing. All this is lehevel velorik. Ich verstehe nicht die Wörter. We didn't do all we can. Was noch will der Rebbe von uns? Kemaise ha-Yodua von Rebbe Levi Yitzchok Barditchever was turned to the Meibashten and said, there is a vikuach. What will be first? Shuvu elai or shuvu aleichem, or hashivenu Hashem elecha v'noshuvo? And Rebbe Yitzchok says, if you're waiting for the hashivenu Hashem elecha v'noshuvo, for the shuvu elai or shuvu aleichem, it's not going to happen. There has to be the hashivenu Hashem elecha v'noshuvo, the isarus of the leila. The Rebbe is the dafuz from Geulah. So we did everything we can. Umidav gave me them beyond Roma, the way the Rebbe says in the Sikha, in the same Sikha, where the Rebbe says, "Tut als was ihr kennt." The Rebbe is speaking about the Gimel Yodes and about the Yod Roma, the Uvnei Yisrael, Yetzim be Yod Roma, as mi geht arus from Geulah mit Stolz. Shluchei Adoneinu. We have done the shlichus. We've made it happen. It's about over time. For the Geulah and for the Isgalus. So what is the story? As a bocher, I wrote to the Rebbe once with chutzpah, me'emek halev min ha'meitzar. I wrote to the Rebbe, hagam as ich heard dem Rebbe quoting the, I hear the Rebbe quoting the Maimeh Chazal constantly. כשאני מבקש, איני מבקש לפי כיחי, אלו לפי כיחי של כל אחד ואחד, אבל לפעיל ממש אין בכיחי. Even though the Rebbe says, the Maimeh Chazal, it is in Yokeach, I say, Avo lepel mamish ein bekechi. I have no idea how I had the chutzpah to write such a thing to the Rebbe, but I did. To make a long story short, the Rebbe answered after a couple of weeks, and the Rebbe raised the word Avo. Don't but me. There is no buts. No excuses. Lepel mamesh ein. This is what I wrote. The Rebbe added words. Birtzeinei velochen mevayer atzmei she'einei bekei chi. From the Yud he made the vav bekei chi. Heper psagdin maimer chazal hanal. To translate, anyone who wants it the way it was, feel free to reach out to me and bli neder, I'll share it. And the where the Rebbe is saying you don't want and as a result you are translating it, you're bringing excuses for yourself that it is not in your chaos, and that contradicts the psak din. The Maimeh Chazal ana leini mevakesh lefikech elo lefikech shel kol echad ve'echad. In HaKadosh Baruch Hu ba bitron yom briyesa. Interesting that the Rebbe referred to a Maimeh Chazal as a psak din. Teras emes, the Rebbe's approach to things. There is no medrashim. If it's a medrash, it's a gemara, it's a psak din. Base, the Rebbe answered, ke'atzas mashpia she'yifya. I was depressed. When I got that answer from the Rebbe, I was depressed. Didn't know what to do with it. I'm begging the Rebbe, schlepp mir mal ruis. The Rebbe is telling me, you don't want, I can't help you. I didn't say the words, I can't help you, but that's how I felt. The Rebbe is saying, you don't want. Speak to a mashpia. I don't want a mashpia. I want the Rebbe to mir mal ruis schleppen. I want a nes. I went to Rabbi Menachem, and Rabbi Menachem spoke to me a half hour, gave me a whole different perspective, or brought out what was hidden by every chassid, by every bocher, by every shliach. The emuna pshuto in divrei horav. As the Rebbe sagt, dass sie emes on keines without any fakes. You have to bring it out. And that's what the Rebbe said since day one. He's not going to do the work for us. So when the Rebbe says, ich hab getan alles, was ich kann, ihr tut alles, was ihr kennt, lichure, it's the same thing of the famous sikh of Chayesora, vayitin avrom es kol asher le Yitzchak. Kol asher le. Ich hab getan alles, was ich kann, jetzt gebe ich euch mein Etzem, my Atzmus, you make it happen. Our keches? Of course not. Of course it's the keches of the Rebbe. The greatest influence, the greatest ploys that are happening, that today we are gathered like this, and with Chassidim, Shluchim, Rabbonim, Mashpim, that Lubavitch leapt, Osinu kol asher bicholteinu. Rebbe, now is the time for the Geulah, L'chaim, L'chaim. So sein a gebenchte Chedesh, a gesunter Chedesh. Mi soll sich sehen mit den Reben, Dole, Mato, Me'asor, Tfochim, L'chaim, L'chaim.